Hello and welcome to Underachievement Unlocked. My name is Johnny and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Valve's tactical shooter, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and in particular, how to improve at it. So here we are, my 5 tips for improving at CSGO. If you follow these, you will see a real improvement in your skill. That much, I guarantee. Almost everyone I know starts playing CSGO with their sensitivity set way too high. And the fact is, you want your sensitivity as low as possible, whilst still being playable, that is to say. To change your sensitivity, go onto the main menu, choose Options, then choose Keyboard/Mouse. Your sensitivity is composed of your mouse's DPI, for example mine is set to 800, multiplied by the in-game value, in my case 1.57, for a total value in my case of 1256. Have a play with these values until you get something that feels right. A good general rule is that if you keep running out of mouse mat and have to pick up your mouse a lot, it's too low. Or you need a bigger mouse pad, one of the two. I'd also recommend putting raw input on and taking mouse acceleration off, as you want to keep things predictable, so through practice you'll be able to reproduce shots. You'll know how far to move your hand to move your crosshair a certain distance. You're going to be spending a lot of time looking at your crosshair, so I'd highly recommend making yourself a good one. And for this I use Crash's Crosshair generator, downloadable from the Steam market. There is a link in the description. It's incredibly easy to use, so just play around with the various buttons in it until you find something you're comfortable with. Although I would strongly recommend not using a dynamic crosshair. That's the moving one. The human eye is drawn to movement, which makes a crosshair that moves when you do anything incredibly distracting for me. A distraction you don't need when playing, but that's just me. It's worth noting that the vast majority of pro players use a small static crosshair with a hole in the middle, allowing you to make accurate shots. Ultimately though, it's personal preference. Have a play. See what you like. This one's super simple. Key bindings? Use them. I cannot count the number of times I've seen death by scroll wheel. Using keybinds is a little trickier, but worth it, trust me. It requires a little tiny bit more thought, but, well, it keeps you alive. If you prefer, you can alter your key bindings as well, to make them more accessible. This is done through the Options menu, then choosing Keyboard and Mouse, and scrolling down. Counter-Strike is a team game, so in order to win, you need to play as a team. And you can't play as a team without talking to each other. So communicate. Work together. Use a mic. If you don't have a mic, type. Or get a mic. For crying out loud, people, it's 2015. We've landed a robot on Mars. I think you can find a microphone. Going one step further, play with people you know well. You know these people will communicate. Play with a whole team of them if you can. The less you leave your teammates to chance, the better your odds of consistently winning. This last one is vital. Practice, practice, practice. CSGO is a skill-based game, and every skill needs to be practiced. If you don't use it, you lose it. For this, I'd recommend Yoloka's Fast Aim, also found on the Steam Workshop. There's a link to it in the description. I'd recommend warming up before you play a competitive through 10 minutes on that Fast Aim map to get you aiming properly, then an online deathmatch or two to get you warmed up against human players, as we're a tad more unpredictable than bots are. Anyway, I hope this helps you. Apply these 5 tips to your playstyle and go forth into the big screaming monkey pit that is matchmaking, and make me proud.